The federal judge Jackson told Trump that he can't just eliminate an entire governmental agency just because he doesn't like them. If he wants to go ahead and do that, he has to go through Congress first. So that went ahead and put a stop hold on Trump actually shutting down the CFPB. So as of right now, as we speak, the CFPB is still conducting normal operations. But the thing is, if Trump actually succeeds in shutting down the CFPB, this could literally be terrible for consumers because now none of their disputes are going to be taken seriously at all. There's not going to be any type of oversight or any type of fear from the credit bureaus not getting disputes back to consumers, because quite frankly, the CFPB is not going to go ahead and fine them or even sue them. The credit bureaus aren't necessarily going to be worried about getting disputes in a timely manner. They're literally trying to stop the one thing from credit report abuse, and this is why. Trump and Elon Musk are shutting down the CFPB, and the problem is, the CFPB is a last hope for consumers to get protected from credit report abuse. And in this video, I'm going to break down every single detail on February 10th of 2025. Trump and Elon Musk literally shut down the CFPB. They closed down CFPB's national headquarters in Washington, D.C., and they also closed all of its regional office. And over 90% of all CFPB employees were automatically terminated. And in less than 72 hours, while Trump and Elon Musk literally shut down the CFPB, there were no disputes that were happening, no type of investigations. So since the CFPB existed in 2011, they actually been able to recover over $17 billion from unfair practices from banks and also other financial companies. But you might be asking yourself, wait, why would they do all this? And the reason why Trump and Elon Musk are so adamant in shutting down the CFPB was due to what they stated as waste, fraud, and deception. And this actually could be very, very scary for a lot of consumers out there. And as you might know, the CFPB was a major factor to be able to go ahead and get disputes from creditors and also the credit bureaus taken really seriously. The CFPB was one of the main agencies that was helping out consumers being able to get items removed off their credit report due to unfair collection practices. Now with Trump in office and also Elon Musk helping them, they want to completely get rid of the CFPB. And this could be one of the worst things that have ever happened to consumers. That's exactly why in this video, I'm gonna break down everything from the reason why they want to go ahead and shut down the CFPB to what's actually happening and what this actually means for consumers and what this actually means for repairing your credit and also being able to protect yourself. So you definitely want to make sure to stick out to the end of this video. So I'm going to show you guys exactly what to do if the CFPB doesn't get shut down. At any point in time, a negative item can pop up on your credit report. It could be a collection you don't recognize, it could be a charge off, or even a late payment. And now, if you've ever disputed with the credit bureaus before, it takes an arm and a leg for them to actually get any type of traction on your investigation. Whenever you go and send out a dispute, a lot of times the credit bureaus will tell you that they investigate, but most of the time they're not even looking into it. So whenever this happens, a lot of consumers go to the CFPB as almost a big brother to the credit bureaus. And so what happens is that they submit a CFPB complaint, and what the CFPB will do is conduct a reasonable investigation and enforce the credit bureaus in order to accurately investigate into your dispute. So this actually gives your dispute so much more power. And now, instead of avoiding you as far as a consumer, the credit bureaus actually have to take you seriously. This is one of the main strategies that people use in order to be able to get negative items on their credit report. Now, if the CFPB gets shut down, this could be no longer the case. Disputing any type of negative item on your credit report is going to be 10 times harder. You're going to need to be able to go and actually reach out to the credit bureaus directly. And we all know the credit bureaus don't necessarily take any type of consumer serious. It's going to make it extremely difficult for you to get any type of resolution or any type of traction with the credit bureaus. So the only reason that a credit bureau or any other financial institution would take a complaint from the CFPB serious, so what happens is that these companies actually abide by the CFPB in order to be able to go ahead and avoid fines. So shutting down the CFPB would not only mean that there's not a regulatory agency for financial companies, but it also will make a lot of companies not comply, not necessarily care as much as far as any complaints towards them. Most of the times, they won't even get sued. Now, this is nothing new because the Republicans, ever since 2011, did not like the CFPB. They didn't like the fact that the CFPB actually gets all of its funds from the Federal Reserve and not Congress. And they never really liked the fact that it only had a single director. So the CFPB actually stands alone and can be able to go ahead and make decisions all by itself. So it doesn't necessarily need any congressional hearings or needs any type of money from Congress. They can literally draw money from the Federal Reserve itself. That's why it makes the CFPB harder to govern, because it stands on its own and they can be able to go ahead and make decisions as they see fit. So Republicans did not like this whatsoever. And the whole reason that the CFPB was created was due to the financial crash of 2008. So after the recession, lawmakers wanted to make sure that this doesn't happen again. That's why they instated the CFPB. So think about it. Every single governmental agency gets their money from Congress, so they have to beg Congress every single time they want to make a decision or they want to make any type of changes. With the CFPB, since they actually get their money directly from the Federal Reserve, they can do exactly what they want without any type of congressional interference. So this makes the CFPB super hard to control, and they actually can't be bought out by any type of special interest. And that's exactly where a lot of complaints about the CFPB are coming, due to it being a single entity that can't be controlled easily. Trump wanting to shut down the CFPB is nothing new. The Republicans have complained about it since 2011, 2013, all the way since it's been started. When Trump came into his second term, he wanted to go ahead and shut down the CFPB completely because he wanted to make sure that he can control the CFPB and also be able to make sure he has some governing power over the one agency that controls a lot of financial decisions that happens in the marketplace. So when Trump initiated this in February, on March 28th, a federal judge placed a hold on him dismantling the CFPB completely and stated that the president can't go ahead and actually break down a whole agency. Instead, he needs to go and actually have Congress involved in order to be able to do so. So really what this judge did is that the court order reinstated all the employees that Trump attempted to fire. They actually went ahead and presumed all operations and was able to go ahead and conduct more and more investigations like previously before. And they were actually able to keep all the agency's data still in place. You know, the credit bureaus don't respond to anything but urgency and pressure. That's exactly why the CFPB is a big factor in getting results, because they actually enforce the credit bureaus to conduct a reasonable investigation. So if you're watching this video right now, I'd highly recommend for you to go ahead and get anything resolved on your credit immediately, because right now the CFPB is still running and they can actually be able to help you. But who knows, because down the line, Trump can actually win and the CFPB can be shut down. This could literally make it so much harder for you to get results. So that's why you should definitely take advantage of the CFPB now while it still exists. Because the only reason they're trying to go to shut down the CFPB is because it actually works. If it didn't actually work and pose a threat to these financial companies, that's why it's super important to take advantage of it right now. Because if it gets put under congressional holdings and also they have to go ahead and beg Congress for money, that will convert the CFPB to another dead governmental agency who's basically stuck in the slow limbo as all governments do. It will be like another governmental agency which is in slow limbo and takes forever in order to be able to get any type of results. So use it while you have it, because if it ends up shutting down, the whole game changes. If this video has opened your eyes on how Trump's trying to change CFPB and what this actually means for your financial future, then go ahead and make sure you guys join my free school community where I teach more and more topics about this, where I teach you guys more topics just like this on financial literacy and also wealth creation methods. So make sure you guys go ahead and join my free school community, and I'll see you guys in there.